What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to JD's Nerdverse. We are doing a prediction video today for Mr. Mime, the barrier Pokemon. Kind of creepy, is a mono-psychic type with a medium fast growth rate. Let's look at its level up moveset, its stats real quick. We'll go to the stats. We're getting ahead of ourselves. HP is 40, attack is 45, defense is 65, 100 and, special, and 90 speed. So speed and special are very good. Defense is okay. HP and attack leave something to be desired. However, early in the game, we don't have a lot of physical damaging moves anyway, so it's not a big deal. And we're just going to capitalize on our special attack. We do have some physical moves, but more or less the special is what we're going to bank on. There is no evolution of this Pokemon in Gen 1. I think there's some form of evolution in future generations. And it gets to future typing, it becomes Psychic Fairy, but it's just pure Psychic in Gen 1. Let's go on to the moveset. The moveset for this Pokemon, it starts off with Confusion. Confusion is a 50 base power, 100% accurate Psychic move. So that means it is Stab. That means this move is 75 base power, 100% accurate. Plenty of power points to go around, 22 power points. And we also start the game with Barrier. Barrier is a badge boosting move. It boosts the defense of the Pokemon by a stage. It also can boost other stats, but it won't help boost other stats until after we have some gym badges. So that's what we start the game with. So that's going to be fantastic to start the game with. It's going to be, first part of the game is going to be very fast. Nothing has high special. There are some physical damaging things early, so that's something we have to contend with. But nothing has super high defense for special moves, especially Brock. The only thing I'm concerned about is I want to go like straight for and fight our rival. I don't know if Confusion will be just enough to get by the Pidgey and whatever Pokemon I set it up with, but we will see. We get Light Screen 23. Light Screen will not be useful in this playthrough. I doubt I'll use it at all. We get at 31, we get Double Slap. At 39, we get Meditate. Meditate will replace Barrier because the Meditate ups our attack stat by a stage and does the badge boost as well. I'd rather boost our attack stat than our defense stat. And at 47, we get Substitute. This may be the first time I ever use that move, but I highly doubt it, honestly. And let's go on to the TM move set. So we get Mega Punch pretty early, so that'll help us, give us an extra move for power points. Mega Kick is not useful. Toxic won't be useful. Body Slam probably will be used. I'll probably use that instead of Mega Punch. This is more reliable. Takedown, Double Edge, Hyper Beam will not be used, but they can be used if we need to in like a desperation, but I doubt we'll need that desperation. All the fighting moves, Submission Counter, Seismitoss can be used. Seismitoss possibly may be used against Misty, because Misty is also Psychic type, so it's going to render our Confusion super ineffective. And Mega Punch, it's just not reliable enough that I think it's going to be Misty. So Seismitoss may be the strategy there. Rage, not going to use it. Solar Beam, I don't know why we can learn Solar Beam. It's pretty cool that we can, but we can learn Solar Beam, but we're not going to use it. Thunderbolt will definitely be used. Thunderbolt will help counter some of our weaknesses against Flying and Water type. And usually our opposition has a Gyarados, and even Lance, Lance has a Gyarados, so it's going to be help counter that. Then we can get Psychic, 90 base power, 100% accurate move, but it's with Stab, so it's 135 base power. Very powerful move. Our most powerful move we'll get for sure. Teleport won't be used. Mimic may be used later in the game, but I doubt it. And then we're looking at Double Team is outlawed. Reflect won't use. Bide may be added early just to have an extra move, but I doubt it. Metronome is horrible. Skull Bash is horrible. Rest, possibly. Could be used in this playthrough, but I doubt it. Thunder Wave, Psy Wave, Substitute, and Flash. All those will not be used. Maybe Substitute via level up. So yeah, not a super broad move pool, but broad enough that we can get the game pretty much crushed in this regard. So if you're looking at our in-game moveset, what are we looking at here? We're looking at what? Meditate, Body Slam, Thunderbolt, Psychic. That's what it looks like to me. And then we'll have Mimic thrown in there for if we need to, for a rainy day, we can get rid of something and add something else. So that's what it's looking like. So I've actually played with this Pokemon a lot in the past. I don't like playing with not Pokemon I can't, like I would never play with Machoke. I would never play with Graveler. If I can't get Golem, I can't get what's it called, I'm just not going to play with them. So I always would opt in to go with a different Pokemon, and I would always use the Abra for Mr. Mime trade. Not to mention Mr. Mime levels up so fast when you do that. So I've always used this Pokemon. So yeah, I think that's going to be a good in-game moveset. A lot of those things are special. The only thing that's not special is Body Slam, but we have the badge boost for a reason. Okay? So let's go on to our moves for this playthrough. We can only use Mr. Mime in battle. We can use other Pokemon for HMs or to catch Pokemon for HMs. Running Clock with 3 exceptions. 1 is Lieutenant Surge's Gym. 2 is basically around Celadon City and a couple other places. We'll pause the timer, do some errands. They don't really forward the plot of the game, so that's why I pause it. And it's just to avoid me having to rush. And I also use that time period. It's kind of like an intermission for me to use the restroom, get a drink, whatever. And then the last one, which we'll not use in this playthrough, but if we need to, we can go buy a move from the Rocket Game Corner like Hyper Beam. In Gen 1, you can only buy 50 coins at one time, so it makes sense to stop the timer here. In future gens, you can buy 500, which is great, but you can't do that in Gen 1. No glitches or exploits are allowed. We cannot use the Masingo glitch or the Pokédoll glitch, but we can use the badge boost because if someone leers us, it initiates it, and I'm not restarting every time. I don't have that kind of time on my hands. So badge boost is okay. It's a part of the game in my opinion. And no items in battle. The only exception to this is ethers, and that's just to counter possibly my negligence when it comes to playing the game. Sometimes I get distracted. I just don't pay attention to the PowerPoints because I'm doing a lot of things at one time. I'm watching YouTube while I'm playing this usually. So, and while you're here, please hit the subscribe button. The subscribe button really does help the channel because it helps me know you're keeping track of it. It's a one-man show, so I appreciate if you would reach out and slap that subscribe button. 90% of my viewers are not subscribers, so if you're subscribing right now, and you're not a viewer. Don't be part of that percentile. Be part of the good percentile. Okay. Also, there's my YouTube, my Twitter, and Instagram handle right there. So if you have any ambitions to go look at that, that'd be amazing. So let's go back to the main screen. So I actually think Mr. Mime will be one of the fastest playthroughs we've ever done. I really do think that. Mr. Mime has all the makings of doing that. He has good special. He has a good attack early. He snowballs his moves gradually through the game very well. So just when you think Confusion is kind of being phased out and it's not powerful enough, boom, you get Psychic. Okay, just when you think Mega Punch, it's not accurate enough, boom, you get Body Slam. And then we think, okay, we got some things we got to mitigate. What are we going to do there? Boom, we get Thunderbolt. Okay, so there's tons of things we can do. And when you think Barrier is kind of like at its peak and we're done with Barrier, we get Meditate. So everything snowballs with this Pokemon. My educated guess, I think, honestly, and this is me being the most ambitious thought on this, I think we can get this done just under an hour. I think we get done under an hour. I think the conservative time is like an hour and 5, hour and 10 minutes. But I played through with Rattata and got it done in an hour and 10 minutes. I played through with a bunch of Pokemon that had struggles early that got it done in an hour and 8 minutes. I think Poliwag had problems early because we had to overlevel to get by some things because all we had was Bubble. So there's definitely some, and this Pokemon does not have that issue. Now, where it does have some issues, but the issues I think we can counter just by being smart and playing well. So I don't know if that's the issue. I don't think that's going to be an issue. So my ambitious, most realistic, this is just get it done on, if it's 59 minutes, 59 seconds, I'm cool with that. I just want to try to get this done in under an hour. Like I said, one of my favorite Pokemon to use in Gen 1. I use it almost in every playthrough just because I don't like having not evolved Pokemon. And you can get it pretty early. So yeah, that's my prediction. I hope you guys put your predictions in the comment section down below. This has been JD. This has been JD's Nerdverse. This playthrough will air on Friday, and I'm very excited about this playthrough. I hope you are too. Have a good one, and I'll see you on Friday.